last name changed from what I was told.
A boy is born to carry your last name. A daughter is born to carry your bloodline.
That's the thing. I know you're wrong. I love your last name too. Like, I just went to go see Pops the other day. But, like, he knows what he got when he got a daughter. Like, you literally keep his bloodline.
Alright, rolling.
Alrighty.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the Black Umbrella TV. My name is Maji. Can you tell me what your name is?
I am Avi Ana.
Avi Ana. Okay. Is that a Spanish name?
No, it's actually German.
German. Okay, you gotta tell me the story on that.
So come to find out that there was a plane crash right before I was born. Like, I don't know how soon before I was born. And my mom said the name of the plane was the Avionic, and she liked the name. She ended up taking the C off and naming me Avi Ana. So, with that, I ended up doing some homework later on when I got older, and I ended up actually taking a German class. And you know how they are on the attendance sheets and stuff like that. Your full name comes up, and she was like, "Oh, you have a German middle name." And I'm like, "Huh?" And that's how I found out. Like, literally just did some homework, and then after that I did some more homework. I still don't know what it means, but the older I get, the more common it is, because I've never met anybody until I got older who actually had my name.
Right, okay.
Like, I was the originator.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. It's very original. That's an interesting story. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's interesting. So tell us what you do. If you wear many hats, lay them out.
Shh, I wear several hats.
Okay.
I'm a 10-time award-winning artist. I own 4 businesses. I co-host 2 podcasts. So I'm extremely busy all the time. Probably one of the busiest people I know.
10 awards?
10 awards. And up for 5 more this year.
Up for 5 more this year. Okay, what area is for that
So
award?
I'm a poet. I started off as a poet. So 3-time promoter of the year, female spoken word artist of the year. I went back the next year and got spoken word artist of the year, entrepreneur of the year, sponsorship awards, above and beyond award, 2023's underground host of the year, and 2023's local TV series of the year.
Wow.
Alright, pause. I'm gonna switch lenses.
If y'all were tapped in the middle of the day, I appreciate y'all. Because literally, we in here, I guess it's the All About Avi show. It's pre-recorded, which is why I'm talking to y'all now. We're going to do some editing and then drop the main video later. This is my first blood of the day. That is terrible. He said he got some taboo questions for me, and you already know how that rock. If you watch Question of the Day, it ain't nothing taboo. Ask me, I draw the line of disrespect, but you can ask me whatever you want. Shout out to Boiled Teeth in the back. If y'all have never booked him as a photographer or videographer, cold as fuck. Shout out to TVU TV for having me today. Epic shit only.
Good to go.
Alright, so...
You took notes.
Huh?
Oh, shit. I don't want to know what he got on this damn pad. Let's go. Let's get it.
Nah, it's just some questions that I had to ask you. Nothing too crazy. If it's crazy, it's probably because it's off the dome. Ain't gonna lie.
Okay, that's the
You
thing.
know what I'm saying? But so I wanted to talk about those awards.
Okay.
You say you're a poet.
Yes, I started off writing at a very young age. Hobby became a passion, and then I hit a stage and just kept going.
How old were you?
When I started writing,
Yeah.
probably 10 or 11. I had, journals full of everything.
Nice.
It didn't matter what it was. My grandma actually gave me a pen one day, and it was supposed to be like a therapy thing. Like, if I couldn't say it, write it down. and then writing it down turned into writing poems, and then writing poems turned into books, into performances, into awards.
Wow. So do you rap?
Mm-hmm.
You said poet, so I had to ask.
Yes, I do. It's rare. It's only like really upon request, for real, for real.
Okay.
I had a rap album. It never dropped. I had a couple singles. We never dropped them. But when I used to perform, crowds would go crazy.
So why you think they never dropped? What happened?
I preferred the poetry. Because, don't get me wrong, there's no rap without poetry, no ways. The definition is rhythm and poetry.
Right.
But, like, I feel like poets have it harder. Like, as a singer, I ain't got to be talking about nothing. If I can hit a Mariah Carey note, I got your attention. Twista and Tech 9 ain't got to have no lyrics. They can just rap as fast as the fuck they want. They got your attention. As a poet, I got about 2 seconds to catch your attention. I don't have no catchy beat. I have a voice, but I'm not singing, I'm not nothing, I'm talking to you. Like, literally, I'm laying my whole soul bare in a room full of people. So I actually just preferred the poetry aspect. Like, it's literally one of the rawest forms of entertainment out there.
Did you ever perform at school?
It's actually how I started performing, period.
Okay.
So, my very first time on a stage, a public performance stage, I was 5. I was in kindergarten. Every class had a presentation they had to give at the end of the year. Our class presentation was they gave me a book, put me in a rocking chair, and had me read the book to the whole school. I was the class presentation.
Oh, wow.
So after that, I just felt it always came natural. Don't get me wrong, stage fright is still a thing. I've been on the stage, like I said, I'm about to be 35, and that was 30 years ago. Stage is a new crowd, it's a new performance, it's a new piece. It's always some kind of nerves involved.
I think that's part of being an artist.
No offense, I got a podcast tonight. You think who's gonna watch this tonight? Are we gonna get the viewers? Is this gonna go the way we want it to go? Are we gonna have, like, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's everything we do. It's not just the poetry. It's every time you step out in public.
Right.
Because at this point, like I said, I've been on the stage for almost 30 years. People know who I am. Because this year is the first year I've actually been nominated for an award in my hometown. So I'm already nationally known. Like, I was at a football game 45 minutes away from here, and this lady started screaming, "Oh my God, this lady has a podcast. She has an award-winning podcast." I'm like, who the hell are you? I knew I had to see who she was, and I was like, I'm not even at home. It gets bigger, it gets scarier, it doesn't stop.
Well, but it also can, as you progress, you start to get more and more fearless.
I wouldn't say the fear, like, it's more so the stage fright. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of anything that I do. I'm proud of all my crafts. I built all them bitches from scratch. Like, I even run a from scratch kitchen. Dead ass. But, like I said, it's always the new. It's the fear of the unknown. That never goes away.
Yeah. So, when you performing, what's going through your mind while you dealing with that?
My lyrics. If I concentrate on anything other than my lyrics, I'm going to walk off that stage. I will have on sunglasses so y'all can't see me, and I think y'all can't see, I can't see y'all. Like, it's a thing. Like, you know when you're dealing with a performer, you know when you're dealing with certain things, because literally, you can see the twitches. If you do this for a while, you know when they're nervous, and you know when they're killing it. But at the end of the day, you got to tell yourself, don't nobody know you mess up but you. It's your work.
I think it's about how you recover, for sure. You slip up, you know, you have a mess up on stage.
Don't stop.
Recover?
You just don't stop.
Right.
It don't matter. You cannot stop, because once you're standing there with dead time, you got to know how to recover. That's a thing.
Right.
Like I said, I host shows, and hosting is as bad as DJing and poetry. The host and the DJ is the first ones in, the last ones out. I got to fill up all the space in between performances. I dance. I do it all. The first time I touched the mic, I swear to God, it had to be like maybe a month or so ago. People didn't know this is what I do because I was hosting for so long. I was an artist first.
What kind of events do you host?
So that kind of goes into my second business. If you can dream it, I can plan it. We on the 3rd annual Blunts, Bikinis, and Balloons coming up this year. I've done weddings. I've done anniversaries. I've done local talent shows. I'm hosting the Underground Awards ceremony in 17 days. And that's in Green Bay. Like, nice. It ain't too much that I really don't do.
Yeah. Tell me about that. It's in Green Bay?
It's in Green Bay. So I believe this is the 15th or 16th annual. He does this every year. I've been going, I think, for about 5 or 6 years now. Last year, as I said, I became 2023's Underground Host of the Year. Says not too much I really don't do. Shout out to Dub C's Underground Network. You can literally send that man your music and he'll play it for you on all his shows all week.
Dub C's.
Dub C's.
Yeah, make sure they get that on camera.
Dub C's. Make sure y'all tap in.
Okay.
But we'll be out there in Green Bay. I actually got a group going with me that's headlining the after party this year.
You got a group going with you.
So remember I told you I had sponsorship awards. I sponsored the show. So I can bring whoever I want out there. Y'all stage songs paid for. All you gotta do is get there.
Anybody you want to tell us about?
So I'm bringing up next with me this year. They're headlining. Fresh RSO is coming with me this year. Teddy Rail is coming with me this year. I got a new poet named Sage that's supposed to be coming out with us this year. It's a lot of new people coming in for the first time this year, and I'm kind of really excited to see what I do out there every year. Like, it's exciting. Like, my Chicago family comes out there. Shout out to Poet, people of extraordinary talent. Like, it's a lot.
Okay. I love that. I actually I spent some time doing poetry myself growing up, so I connected with that.
Yeah, when I moved back to Kansas City, I went back to the high school I graduated from and actually coached their poetry club for 2 years.
Where'd you go?
Central.
Central. My brother went there.
Yeah, definitely graduated. I went back for 2 years. I donated my track cleats up there. And sat there and, like, it'll be so funny. I'll see one of the kids in the store or something like, you coached my poetry club. And I coached so many kids over the years that I don't remember, but I love that they remember me. That means I did something. And yeah. I made an impact in a young person's life. And a lot of them are still writing, and I love that for them.
Okay.
Camera switch.
Yep.
I know the fro been MIA for about 6 years. Y'all know I was locked up. I love y'all too. Thank y'all for tapping in. I really appreciate every last single one of y'all for tapping in. This is not something I normally do. I don't normally give interviews.
Yep.
But I'm excited because I'm going to get my team in here and get them interviewed as well.
Ready whenever you are.
See, that's why I got to go the long way, because now, remember, where was we at? What was we talking about? Talking about Central. And you coaching. And what did that look like?
What do you mean?
You said you were coaching the kids in poetry?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that?
Like, how do you coach them in poetry?
Yeah, what does coaching look like?
So, for writing, it's completely different than you would treat it like a sport or something. Don't get me wrong. If you playing a sport, you more so working on somebody's physical. When you're asking somebody to put pen to paper, unless you're really good at making shit up, they are really putting their hearts on paper. So, like, you give them a prompt to make them think, and you have no idea how many times I've coached a kid and said, hey, it's okay, if you got to get it out. And I had to have, even as an adult, somebody teach me that, to for real, like, know that you can get as raw as you need to on this paper. Like, when I lost my best friend, literally, that's where my poem Let It Out came from. It was insanity, because I was at a point to where I wasn't even thinking to write, and she was my biggest supporter. And when I finally learned how to legit let out what I needed to let out on paper, it became much easier to help others to do so.
That's deep. You know, I actually find that a lot of people have trouble with that, because
if you can't be honest with nobody, you got to be honest with you. And as a writer,
yeah,
when you're doing that and you are releasing, you cannot hold back. If your paper catches tears, let it catch them.
So, what would be of all time, what would be your favorite poem that you can remember?
Oh, Lord. I told you I've been writing a long time.
We all got that one, though.
I'd say it would be a tie in my top two for me.
Okay.
One is going to be She Stands Alone. And I wrote that one for my black women. That was like one of my hardest pieces. I wrote that. I lost my brother and my best friend within 4 months of each other. So, like, when I tell you I wrote that for every woman out here, and then the poem that I actually wrote for my best friend, Let It Out, was when I transitioned and I knew I was becoming a better writer.
Did you cry when you wrote those?
For damn sure. Big tears.
Yeah.
Like, a couple times, I'm not gonna lie and tell you, I've had to replace some pages because the tears messed up the ink.
That's deep. That's deep. It's a different, it's a spiritual experience. I feel like poetry. I think it's a spiritual experience.
It's definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said, I've rapped. Like I said, I've done almost it all. But when it comes to poetry and you putting your pen to your paper and putting your nothing but your voice behind it, that's magic.
Yeah. So, let's talk about your podcast real quick.
Which one?
Can I talk my shit?
Shout out to my co-hosts, Dutch Loke and Vaughn.
What y'all be talking about?
What don't we talk about? Literally, when we say, can I talk my shit, tap in. If your skin is thin, don't tap in. But make sure y'all tap in with us tonight at 8 o'clock. Because it was literally an idea we had. Because I got another podcast that's been running for about 8 years now. We about to have a series finale on that bitch, okay?
Why?
Because we revamping. It's time. After 8 years, that I know real TV shows that don't last that long, okay?
Hey, that's a good run, though.
But, can I talk my shit? Like, all of us was going through some shit at the time. Like, all of us. And it got to the point to where we was like, y'all want to talk shit about it? Like, Dutch looked at us and said, do you want to start a podcast about it? And we looked. We said yeah, and within the week we had a podcast started, and we are Kansas City People Choice Award nominated. We're finalists. So yeah, like, shout out to them because we made a plan and stuck to it.
Yeah. But something that was so, y'all probably wasn't even thinking like that in the beginning, huh? Let's make it to the
Fuck no.
award show and all.
No, so the thing about it was we were telling them to nominate the other podcast, the one that's been running for 8 years.
Yeah.
So the list comes out and we thinking we gonna see question of the day or question of the evening on there, and motherfuckers damn near wrecking cars because the shit said can I talk my shit, and we had been running for a month.
Oh, that's what's up.
We were literally a brand new podcast,
That's what's up.
and the way that shit took off. Only epic shit. When I say epic shit only, you say only epic shit.
So I heard you say something about, you say you cook from scratch.
So, I have worked in food service since I was approximately 16 years old. Been in the kitchen since I was about 10.
Who taught you how to cook?
Practice.
Okay, self-taught.
My mom worked a lot. She was a single parent, so somebody had to feed us. I remember the first time I cooked dinner, that was an experience I'll never forget. They laughed at me all the way to bed, okay?
You remember what you made?
Yes. I will never fucking forget.
What you made?
I caught myself making cheeseburgers, and we had this little fancy ass stove where you could open it up, sit them on the grill, and slide it back in there, like it pulled open,
okay.
Like a refrigerator door. Okay.
Nice.
So I called myself making these burgers, putting them in the grill.
No.
No, nobody know.
They don't know?
I've never told this story. I don't think I've ever been asked this question.
Oh, you say you was by yourself?
So I was cooking there. Like, don't get me wrong, I was 10. I was, I can navigate a kitchen.
Right.
So, like I said, I called myself making these cheeseburgers. I done made the patties and everything else. When I tell you, they laughed at me because they were done, but they were extra well done. Okay, like them. When I tell you maybe this much meat was like not done in the middle, and I love my family for being my family at that point because they crunched their way through them burgers.
Wait, was they bleeding?
They were crunchy. They were overdone.
Overdone. Okay.
Like, I kid you not. And they sat there, and because it was my first time cooking for the family, like, they sat there and crunched their way through them burgers for me, but they made fun of me the whole fucking time.
They had a jerky and cheese burger.
No, jerky was not as hard as them burgers, okay?
Oh my God.
And I had the nerve to put cheese on them, and I sliced up lettuce and tomatoes and shit.
Wait, how old was you?
10.
10. Oh, shoot.
I was in the 5th grade, okay? I came home, oh my God, somebody had to cook dinner. Mama wasn't home from work yet, and she was like, I was old enough to work the kitchen. It wasn't nothing super special. But yeah, nah, I fucked them burgers up. It was terrible.
That's too funny. So nowadays, what would be your favorite thing to cook?
I am a pasta fucking fanatic.
What's your specialty?
It depends on what you ask me for. I'm Creole, so anything Cajun you can.
So seafood.
And it ain't gotta be seafood, but you can ask me for a roster pasta, you can do all that shit. I'm a jambalaya go-to person for real, for real.
Okay.
Jambalaya is for damn sure my
You
go-to.
can't go wrong with jambalaya now. I grew up on eating that.
No, especially not a good seafood one with the crawfish tails in and all, bro. Whew.
So what's the name of your food business?
Out of your mind treats.
Out of your mind.
No,
treats.
out of. Ain't no out of. Out of.
Oh,
O-U-T-T-A. Out of your mind treats.
Out of your mind. Got you. Out of your mind. I like that.
Thank you. Because if you can eat it or drink it, I can put THC in it.
How you come up with that?
Somebody else did, actually.
Okay.
So, I was, like I said, I've been in food service for a real long time. Like, I've never heard of anybody getting laid off from a food service job, okay? That's not a thing. Like, as long as you're in food service, you got a job.
People need to eat.
Right. So, the first time I had ever been unemployed was COVID. I had not been unemployed since I was 16. I did not know what the fuck it was to not have a job. So, I got creative. I knew I was a smoker. A couple of my family members was like, bitch, start making edibles. As much as you smoke, and I sold. That shit paid my bills all the way through COVID. And then some. And one of my friends made a Snapchat video. And he was like, yo, I am out of my mind. And he hit me with the video. And he was like, you should call them Out of Your Mind Treats. Because I didn't have a name. It was literally grab and go. Like, literally. Because it was COVID. I'm literally running them downstairs in a mask, running back up. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't really operate, under terms of real employment. But that shit kept bills paid. So he hit me with the name. Boiled made the logo, and it's been that way ever since.
Nice. Okay.
And we are a complete from scratch kitchen. But if you can eat it or drink it, I can put THC in it.
That's dope. I just start seeing that, like, people putting making edible soul food.
Mm-hmm. We make all dinners.
I'm late though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you tardy to the party.
I'm tardy because I was in California and I started seeing that. But now it's like, but it was only certain things. It was like,
Oh no! For one, when I want weed.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, I really couldn't smoke, so I was gonna find a way to partake.
And it still tastes good. Okay. Yes,
I ain't had a complaint yet.
So let's talk about all your businesses now. Excuse me for not being able to keep up.
You good?
You a busybody. You got a lot going on.
That's the thing.
Let's talk about your most let's say tended to business. Which business do you spend the most time developing?
My podcast.
The podcast.
So I definitely consider those businesses. We get paid off of them.
Okay, absolutely. That's a business.
But 2 a week. Mandatory. Like, I'm not guaranteed clients every week on my other 4 businesses at all.
Right.
I know 2 times a week, I'm going to be sitting with Vaughn and Dutch at a table, making people laugh, making people cry, figuring out videos, what we talking about, everything else. Like, that's really a thing. So I would say definitely that's the business to get the most amount of time.
So if your podcast was a movie, right?
Oh shit.
What genre would it be and why?
So question of the day would be a drama.
Okay.
Question of the day would for damn sure be a drama. Because we have laughed on that show, we have cried on that show, we have fought on that show. Like, question of the day, if that was a movie, would for damn sure be a dramatic one. Can I Talk My Shit would be a smooth comedy, because we don't give a fuck.
Sound like it's just pure comedy.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had our moments on there, but when I tell you them 2 is my partners, we've laughed, cried, argued, fought, walked off on that motherfucker, but I swear to God, when we leave, we Gucci. But I would smooth consider Can I Talk My Shit a comedy. Because if you're not at home laughing, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you.
Y'all just be having a good time. It's kind of hard to not feel that through the screen if it's a group of people having a good time.
I'm telling you, we either drinking, smoking, depending on where we at. Shout out to Diamond Cuts who been keeping us out there. Shout out to IMKC who's about to let us film out there. Shout out to BLE Studios where we always at and we originated. But like, we really, Can I Talk My Shit is really a game. Like, leave us the fuck alone.
Can you share a story of a mistake you made in your entrepreneurial journey and how you learned from
I started a business.
it? So just day to day?
No, literally. I feel like the biggest thing I could have went and been an Indian and worked for somebody else the rest of my fucking life. The biggest mistake I made was going to go get a fucking LLC.
Why you say that?
For one, people don't realize what really goes into it when you start your business. Like, if you don't keep your LLC renewed, they can tax you for a sitting LLC. It's cheaper to keep your LLC renewed every year. Like, I put in so much work starting a business. I had employees at one time, payroll, scheduling, being at the events, being understaffed. One thing I have learned as an event planner, plan for everything to go wrong. Like, you can plan your event to an absolute T and you still gonna forget something. Something else is still gonna get fucked up. Somebody's not gonna show up. It don't matter. The biggest mistake I made, I should have kept my shit under the table. I put my LLC on my shit and fucked myself for life.
It's about perspectives, though.
For one, I get it. The more you make, the more they take. But I'm not at the point yet where you can keep taking from me. I should have waited. I should have kept running my shit until my business was at a point to where it could have took care of itself.
Got you.
Like, I went the proper channels, but I didn't have the funds or anything to run it the way it was supposed to be ran, which ran me into the ground.
All right. I can see that. But I believe for you, you seem very ambitious. I think it's going to get better.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm definitely optimistic about it. I just feel like had I had more knowledge before I put an LLC on my business, I would have waited.
So let me ask you this. On the other side of that, how do you celebrate your small wins? Do you celebrate your small wins?
I definitely celebrate everything. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm my own boss. Which means if I don't keep to my own schedule, I got to get up and keep my own 9 to 5. You know how many days I just want to lay in bed and not do shit? Like, I ain't got to hit nobody else's time clock. I am the time clock. So everything is a win. I ain't going to say I celebrate every client I get. If I get a new client, yeah, I'm definitely celebrating because new clients are the best. Like, oh, we done locked in a whole new deal. We got another monthly cleaning or we got a whatever. Another regular customer, whatever. That's a celebration because that's new revenue. We get booked somewhere else. That's a celebration. That's new people, new stages, new promotion, new everything. So definitely you celebrate everything because at one point in time, I could have left my dream a dream.
I think you made a bold move, though. I mean, I get what you're saying, the financial part. Welcome to America. Because I don't think you had that problem in another country. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can take 10 bands right now and be a millionaire somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the fact that America is called the land of opportunity. No, the fuck it's not. We done made it, like Kevin Gates said, we got it out the mud, for real, for real. Mm-hmm. This is a struggle. To wake up every day and to choose your business. Think about it. We got kids. Something like, most of the business owners I know still got 9 to 5s because we still got responsibilities while trying to fight for our dreams. Until our dreams become our realities. Like, I'd love to be at a point where I can say, boom, this event paid for my bills for the next 3 months. Yeah. I ain't made it there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say like this is. At this point, ain't no giving up. It ain't no quitting. I'm too far in this. Mm-hmm. But it does get hard. Mm-hmm. It does get hard to wake up and choose my business every day when I know I can go clock in for somebody else and get guaranteed money. I might hate it and be miserable, but my family's taken care of.
I feel that. I've been on a journey where I was a contractor and I had to You know, it wasn't no check coming next week if I ain't go get it right now.
You
So
know,
I understand that. And it's tough. It takes a special kind of person to be able to do that. You know, to even have that mindset. Because, I mean, the easy way is easier. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can just lean right into that.
It's way harder,
thought.
like, when you're applying for shit, you gotta pull out check stubs. I'm self-employed. I got my receipt books.
Right.
Like, I take stuff to Square, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I can give you my statements. But the life of an entrepreneur just, it gets, until, like, your shit's established, until you see your name on the left-hand corner of the check. Like, it's a journey.
Yeah. But what they say, I mean, shit, consistency pays.
Consistency
I want
is
to
key.
know this. From when you started to now, do you see progress?
For damn sure.
Okay. There you go.
If ain't nobody else proud of me, and this is not a shot at nobody, because I know people like to jump in their feelings. That's why I said if your skin is thin, don't tap in. I'm for damn sure proud of me. It took me too long to learn how to clap for myself to not clap for me.
Right.
Like, I told people the year of 2024 was the year of Avi, and I'm really about to show motherfuckers that. I can't even tell you that's not an exclusive you can have. If your skin is thin, make sure y'all tap in tonight at 8 o'clock. Telling y'all. I'm giving y'all the word. But it's every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Type in with me and my peoples. But it's just, it's so freaking much. You know? Like, from when I first started to now, because I had people handing me scripts. I had people booking me to do this. Now I'm doing the booking and I'm handing the scripts. It's completely different on both sides of the table. Like, sometimes, some days I do wake up and say I want to take the script. Like, fuck you mean? I don't want to be in charge today. My brain does not want to work for these next maybe 17 hours. Like, it's a thing. It's a journey. It's hard. And like I said, for those of y'all that wake up and choose you every day, kudos to you, bro, because it's not easy. Know how many times you want to get off your 9 to 5 or your 6 to 2 and get in the bed instead of go pick up some more hours. While still taking care of house, home, kids, and everything else.
Right. The other jobs. Right.
None of it stops.
Right.
Pause.
Okay, you ready for those taboo questions?
You know, I have a segment on my show called Question of the Evening. It's like you can ask me whatever you want for like the last 15 minutes of the show. So it seems appropriate. Let's roll.
You put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on Facebook that you went to jail. What happened?
I was young, dumb, with some people that I found out were not really my friends, and caught a robbery charge.
Caught.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know how deep you can go about it, because I want to know how you get caught if you wasn't participating. If you can speak on it, speak on it.
My car was used, some shit out my house was used, and I had no alibi.
Oh, okay.
I had no alibi. I had nothing to save me.
And how old was Young and Dumb?
21? 21.
21, okay.
Like, literally went to jail like a month or so after my 21st birthday.
Wow. So, how much time did you have to spend in there?
50 months.
50.
Mm-hmm.
So, almost 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who were you when you went in? And who did you turn into coming out?
I wouldn't say prison adjusted who I was too much.
Then, okay.
Literally, if you go in there and do your time and leave people to... Prison is not what they make it out to be. Motherfuckers want to go... Because if you in a state to give you game time, you hit 85%. Motherfucker, I want to hit my 85% home and go home with my family. Like, you do got the few idiots that do steal and do extra shit in there. I'm not going to say I didn't get in no fights in prison. But the one girl I fought in prison was because she stole from me. Bitch, we're already in jail. Fuck you mean? What limited I have, my family sends me. So you telling me you think you got the rights to it? I dog walk that hoe through the door.
Oh my goodness.
Another little girl decided she had a crush, whatever the fuck she wanted to do. And I'm sitting on my bed listening to my MP3 player, and she looked at me and literally said, "You turning me down?" And I said, "Yeah." And when I said yeah, that bitch hit me so hard it turned my neck, okay? That MP3 player came out my ear so fast, I met that bitch in the bathroom and I beat her until I literally could not lift my arm anymore. They couldn't even handcuff me because I could not move my arm. I dog walked that hoe through the fucking bathroom. Like, fuck you mean?
That's crazy.
For one, respect my no.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm on my way home. Like, even the sergeant was so fucking surprised. I was covered in blood, everything. The sergeant was like, "We saw what happened." Literally, everybody saw it. I was on a bunk bed and I was on the top bunk. I was sitting on my bed, minding my business, writing in my journal. I even wrote in prison. Okay, my family sent me journals. I'm sitting here writing in my journal, listening to my MP3 player, minding my business, cross-legged and all. And you telling me you hit me so hard it literally turned my head? My sergeant was like, "Don't say nothing till we get there." They literally sent my dorm sergeant to take my statement. Okay? He said, "What happened?" I said, "I was sitting on my bed," and literally showed him how I was sitting on my bed, and she turned my neck. My dorm sergeant said, "Stop talking." I was out of confinement in like 3 days.
What happened to her?
She sat in there. What you mean? I'm not finna save you. You attacked me.
Right.
You wasn't even in your bunk area, which is a rule in prison if you've ever been. Why is you not in your assigned bed area?
So she was wrong from getting. Sound like. Okay. I had to poke around though. You put it out there. So
Good.
I just had to see what happened.
I'm never gonna sit here and say I've lived a perfect life.
Yeah, but you seem like a genuine person. You got a realness and a rawness to you.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people could respect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let Boyle ask you a couple questions.
I just got one question. You've been there since I started.
No, facts.
You know,
some of the first photo shoots.
And I really appreciate you. I mean, you help out a lot of people. You help me out a lot. And I know what it's like to be nice. It's having to go hard is bad. So my question for you is, what motivates you to get up in every day and do what you do?
So, when I say I haven't lived a perfect life, I ain't really lived a good one either. I came from a really rough childhood, and I swore to me that I would never purposely inflict the pain on anybody else that had been inflicted on me. That was a really, really big thing for me. And then I became a promoter. When I became a promoter because when I started my first business, like I said, as a poet, we still struggle finding stages in Kansas City. As a poet, we got very, very limited options. So I created one. And when I created Unscheduled Eclipse, it was not just, I wanted it to be just for poets, but then I realized that poets weren't the only ones that needed stages. There were people out there that couldn't afford the $70 for 4 minutes of stage time. Shit was unrealistic. We're parents. We had lives. We worked 9 to 5s to fuel our dreams. I still have the only show in Kansas City that does not charge the artists nothing to get on my stage. DJs, I've had dancers, I've had contortionists, I've had, if you name it, literally our hashtag is if it's legal, it's allowed. Like instrumentalists, it don't matter what your talent is, you deserve. If you good at it and you perfected, I'm not gonna say perfected your craft, but you know that's what you want to do. Come on, I've had beginning rappers like build their way up on my stage. I've had the Abnorm on my stage before he was huge. Like this was literally like, I know what it's like to not have the shares, to not have the support, to not nothing. A share is fucking free, and you never know who's watching. You never know who's gonna book them. You know how many times I get a phone call, "Hey, Avi sent me," that person worked. Like, word of mouth is a thing. Like, I've even had a hairstylist pull up to the shows. Like, literally doing hair on the spot. 20-minute hairdos. Like, it's nothing I won't promote. And I used to do it because I wanted somebody to do it for me. Like, I wanted that same reciprocation. But at the same time, that's never guaranteed. Ever. But when I took on the job as a promoter, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you until you give me a reason not to. Like, I know what it's like to start off. I know what it was like. I built 4 businesses. A lot of y'all are working with one. So imagine waking up with 4 businesses every day that you got to choose to tend to. I don't have no problem teaching people the game. I don't. I know what it was like to have a dream, start that bitch, and keep it going. I want somebody to make it past me. I need the students to become the teachers. I can't teach forever. Y'all businesses are starting up. Talk to the people. Like, for real, there are those of us out here that will legit help y'all with y'all's businesses. Like, we will show you the game. We will show you the ropes. We will tell you the people to call. Like, I was literally on a reality show for startup entrepreneurs last year. It just aired this year. I know somebody that can do almost fucking anything. And I love it. Like, I literally promote over 100 black businesses in the city alone. So, I do it because I absolutely the fuck enjoy it. I love seeing people's faces when they see their stuff on somebody else's page. I love seeing the smiles. I love the network. It's fucking amazing. I wouldn't trade it for not too much in the world. I'm not going to say nothing to no more, but there's very little I would trade my businesses for now.
You say you got a reality show coming out?
It's already aired.
It's already aired?
Uh-huh.
What platform is it coming out?
You can actually download the app. It's called The Blocks. I'm on season 11, The Blocks, BLOX. And basically it was a reality show for startup entrepreneurs. Basically all of us took our babies and went to go pitch them to people that had already built their babies. And it was pretty interesting.
What you learn from that?
More than we got time to talk about.
Give me one thing.
Jesus. Pick one thing, Courtney. And why is everything coming into my mind at once?
Well, what was the most impactful? It gotta be something you could say, you know, like, when you walked away from that experience, like, wow, this really got me feeling like blah, blah, blah. Blank, blank, blank. No?
I mean, for me, yeah. So the one thing was literally learning the difference between like your business actually having an actual infrastructure and just like being like on call type shit. That really, really stuck out to me because like on call type shit, I'm ready for people to start coming to me. I need a building. Okay? That's a fucking thing. That will be a reality soon. So out of all of the teachings, that class literally stuck the fuck out to me.
That's what's up. On the Blocks. BLOX.
Yep, go find out who was the best on the blocks.
Alright, last question of the day. We ran out of time. It was a good combo though. I enjoyed talking to you. If you can have dinner with any entrepreneur, dead or alive, who would it be?
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott.
On my soul, she's the reason I write. She's the reason I still write.
Okay.
She's like one of the only people still spitting poetry while she's singing. Like, she coded everything.
Yeah.
She code at everything, and she's no filter, just like me. Fucking love that woman.
Yeah.
If I had anybody, I don't care. Second choice, hands down, my favorite Aquarius, Kevin Gates. One of them two, I'm going gaga.
Okay. Can you tell us how people can reach you?
I am Avi Ana on everything.
Okay.
Literally. All the way down to the charm. I am Avi Ana.
Okay.
Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. I am Avi Ana on everything.
You got any events coming up?
I'm working on Blunts, Bikinis, and Balloons Volume 3, so stay tuned for that.
Well, thank you for coming to the Black Umbrella TV and talking with us.